Hi everybody, Mercury Retrograde here with your monthly starcast. Today's November 1st, 2020. So we're going to talk about the astrological events for the month of November, okay? A lighter month in a sense than October, with so many hard transits, hard aspects, especially the time of the new moon, okay? So if you were a Cancer, a Capricorn, an Aries, or a Libra, you probably felt this as really, really heavy energy as we have stepped into Scorpio season on the 22nd, 23rd of October. You probably felt a little bit lighter if you were one of those signs, okay? I know that I have a high concentration of those signs in my personal planet, so I felt that immediately the minute we stepped into Scorpio season, which is a very, very important season for working with the subconscious mind. It's the season we are in right now. The sun is in Scorpio. That's what marks the season astrologically. And so the large part of the month of November is going to be a great opportunity for us to dig deep into the subconscious mind. Scorpio rules the subconscious mind. So we can dig deep into what I call imposter content, anything that is limiting beliefs, energy that is stuck from trauma, emotions that you haven't processed. All of that stuff is super available. It's like the veil is lifting from that. You can dive deep into it, have a lot of courage to do this, because it takes a lot of courage to go back into your wounds, see where you need healing, deal with the pain body, and understand that you have to clean all that up and transform it. Scorpio is a sign of transmutation, alchemy, transformation, and transform it in order for you to be able to just like let your gold, your light, your sunshine out, okay? So a very interesting month. Yesterday we had a full moon in Taurus, and it was a blue moon. It was Halloween as well. All that information is actually up on my IGTV if you haven't seen it. I think I did a video in Spanish. If you speak Spanish, you know that I do a ton of information in Spanish because I've had a ton of followers in Spanish, and I'm putting more and more videos here in English so far right now. Mostly the monthly Starcast, but I'm telling you guys I will put some more as soon as I have the time to do it all. Anyway, there's lots of information there too with regards to what's going to be coming in the next month. So if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, please do. It's at Mercury Retrograde, and you'll be able to get tips, you know, daily, weekly, etc., with what's happening with these transits that I'm going to talk about now, okay? So November 3rd, if you live in the United States, you know that that's election day for us. November 3rd also happens to be the day that Mercury, the planet that rules communication, media, transit and transportation, and everything technical, is going direct. So Mercury, if most people who are at least slightly familiar with astrology, they know Mercury retrograde. Okay, so a retrograde is something that is an optical illusion that makes a planet look like it's going, instead of moving forward in its orbit, it looks like it's moving backward in its orbit, okay? So what this brings to us in terms of energy, because all of this astrological stuff, it's not really about the astrology. It's about the energy that is available to us for us to work with, or if we don't know how to work with this stuff, it might work to trigger some things in us, whether we know it or not, and push certain processes to take place, okay? So it's really all about the energy and how we work with it. That's why I explained it. It's not really about the astrology, whether you have this planet and that. It's about how can I really understand this language that will allow me to see what this energy is that is available to me for me to work with it now. Okay, so Mercury is the planet that rules the analytical mind. It rules communication, rules transport, transit, all this stuff, and technology. So occasionally, 3 times a year, it goes retrograde. It looks like it's moving backward in its orbit, which then makes it seem like it went from one sign that it was already going into back into the sign before. Okay, so this is what happened. Mercury had stepped from Libra into Scorpio, and then it went retrograde, and then went back into Libra, and right now it is in Libra. But on the 3rd of November, on election day, it goes direct. And when a planet goes direct, it means that all the stuff that has been taking place, like that planet rules, okay? All that stuff that has been taking place within us to sort of limit the externalizing of whatever activity that planet rules. In this case with Mercury, it's communication, it's, you know, clear analytical processes, it's could be technological stuff. There's always technology things going kind of haywire when Mercury is retrograde. All that stuff stops and starts moving forward again really fluidly. Okay, so November 3rd, Mercury goes direct. It's going to be in the sign of Libra for a little bit, but then the next week, a week later, on November 10th, Mercury steps into the sign of Scorpio again. Okay, what does this mean? We're going to have the sun in Scorpio, and we're going to have Mercury step into Scorpio again, and these two are going to be working together to help you dig deep into your subconscious mind. Just dive into shadow work if you can do it. Okay, it takes a lot of courage to do this kind of work. It takes a lot of compassion with yourself to do this kind of work. And if you're facilitating this kind of work for other people, it's going to take a lot of being a good container for holding space. Okay, because there's a lot of discovery, there's a lot of getting back in touch with emotions that you maybe didn't want to be in touch with memories you maybe didn't want to be in touch with either. But in order to really clear them and process them, you have to really kind of acknowledge them. Okay, we have to acknowledge, we have to find that energy, and then we have to release it and allow it to do what it was meant to do, you know, and do the whole Ho'oponopono process of gratitude and forgiveness and love and understanding that things happen when they happen for a reason and for a purpose, and they don't have to keep happening within ourselves, within our minds, within our cells either, because the lessons we needed to learn were already shown to us. We already picked them up. We don't need to be reliving things that keep us stuck somewhere. Okay, so this is the great opportunity and time to release all this, great time to do shadow work. On the 13th, Mars is going direct in the sign Aries. Okay, let me talk about this. So in astrology, every planet rules a particular sign. So Mars, the planet of action, activity, vitality, testosterone, okay, that planet rules in the natural zodiac the sign of Aries. It just so happens right now Mars is in the sign of Aries, transiting right now in that sign. So Mars in Aries has been retrograde, just like I just explained Mercury retrograde, right? So it looks like it's moving backward. Time of retrograde is going within, nothing external works. What this means for Mars retrograde in Aries is that you may have felt a lot of tiredness, lack of ability to move forward in certain projects and certain things you wanted to engage in, into doing stuff. Well, as of the 13th, really when it goes direct, okay, no more retrograde, this goes direct, and really more the 14th, I would say, to just be sure. Anything that has, you've been kind of like pending, holding on, waiting on doing, maybe because you were tired or whatever it might be, vitality is going to go, energy is going to go, and the ability and motivation to do things is going to go, okay? So Mars in Aries direct as of the 13th. If you have been waiting to launch a business, Aries is the sign that rules entrepreneurship. So on the 14th of November on would be a great time to actually launch a project, a business, or anything like that, okay? And to maybe start working out or whatever it may be that you want to do action-wise. On the 15th, we have the new moon in Scorpio. We, of course, know that the new moon means that the sun is in the same sign as the moon, right? Whereas with the full moon, like we had last night, the sun is in the opposite sign as the moon. So last night we had sun in Scorpio, moon in Taurus. These are opposites. These are complementary. These are also a little bit tense. On the 15th of November, we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. So we're going to have the sun in Scorpio and the moon also in Scorpio, okay? So this means that they're working together. There's a lot of harmony there. Excellent time to dive even deeper into your shadow work. See what else you have left to clean up, to transmute, to alchemize. And a great opportunity also to maybe just really dig deep into what your personal power means. Scorpio is a sign that is ruled by Pluto. Pluto rules power, and it's really, power comes from within, okay? So if you don't feel like everything in your life is, I'm not gonna say within your control, but I'm gonna say this: if you don't feel like you are acting in your life coming from your power, if you feel like you have to force things, right? One of my favorite books, Force versus Power by David Hawkins. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's got the scale of consciousness. He really helps you to understand at what point you're acting out of power, at what point you're acting from force, trying to force things in your life rather than to really come into your own power and align with certain things and magnetize certain things, which is our natural state of co-creation. Okay, on the new moon with Scorpio, you're gonna have extra access to this kind of energy. So question, where is, at what level am I feeling that my personal power is activated? How can I be even more into my personal power? These kinds of things and these, information I'm gonna put in my Instagram account. So follow me there. Again, it's Maril Solis Paz. And I'll explain closer to that time or on that day, the kind of things you can do to work with this new moon. Okay, so great time to really step into a higher version of your personal power on November the 15th, the new moon in Scorpio. On the 21st, two things happen astrologically. The sun enters Sagittarius, which is the sign of a little more optimism, positivity, but it really marks a shift in a lot of things because the eclipses that are coming end of the month in November and the second one middle of December are related to Sagittarius and its opposite sign, which is Gemini. Okay, so it's like we're starting a different vibe in a sense. Okay, and the Sagittarius Gemini vibe is a lot lighter than what we've had. It's a lot more movement. So the second thing that happens that day on the 21st, Venus enters Scorpio for a brief period of time, like late in the 20th of November and early in the 21st. The sun, right before it goes into Sagittarius, is going to still be in Scorpio, and Venus is going to enter Scorpio, and Mercury would still be in Scorpio. So you'll have Sun, Mercury, and Venus all in Scorpio. Excellent time again at that time, at that date, to do your shadow work, okay? To work with your subconscious mind and to transform what you need to transform, to step into that personal power, or to allow that personal power to just shine through. It's in there already, okay? So Venus enters Scorpio. Things are going to get a lot sexier when it comes to relationships. If you are in a relationship, Venus in Scorpio is a lot more sexy time, but it's also a lot more like, let's have some deep, deep, profound connection kind of conversations and do things together that are going to bring us closer, but on a deep grounding, not grounding, but on a sort of profound bonding, deep connection level. Okay, so it's a little bit of an intense time for relationships, but it can also be a delicious time if you're in a relationship and you really are already emotionally harmonious and bonded, and you can enjoy the more intimate aspect of that and the more physical aspect of that. Okay, on the 28th and the 29th, Neptune, the planet of dreams, not just literal dreams that you have at night when you're sleeping, but also dreams, the dream that I want to see become a reality. This planet has been retrograde, it goes direct. Okay, this planet also the same as Mars with Aries. Neptune right now is in the sign that it rules, which is the sign of Pisces. Okay, so it's in dignity, it's in domicile, it's in its home, it's flowing, and it's been restricted by the retrograde for many months, and now it's going to start flowing again. And Pisces, if you're a sun in Pisces, you know, this is a sign that needs to be flowing and flowing and going with the flow and in the flow and swimming in the ocean, pretty much, okay? If you felt restricted, if you're a Pisces, if you're a Virgo as well, or Sagittarius or Gemini, because this is that axis of mutable signs, okay? These are the 4 signs affected by this. You're gonna feel a lot more energized after the 28th, 29th, because this planet will go back into direct. And so anything related to dreams, both symbologically, messages that are coming through your dreams, as well as the dreams you have and you want to see come true and make a reality, those things will be much more supported. The energy will flow much more. Neptune's also the sign, and Neptune with Pisces are both the signs of spirituality. So getting back in touch with, reconnecting with that true sense of what spirituality means to you, great time for that. Okay, if you've been feeling disconnected from yourself, from your core self with a capital S, the universe, force, source, whatever you want to call it, great time to reconnect with that. And the day after, between 29th and 30th, is the full moon in Gemini, okay? That comes with an eclipse. So this kicks off another eclipse season. We're gonna have 2 eclipses for this season, but unlike the previous eclipses, which were much more affecting all the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra, because they were like in Cancer, Capricorn axis, these are going to be affecting Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces, the mutable signs, the mutable axis, the mutable cross, because the full moon on the 29th, 30th is going to be in Gemini. Remember again, full moon means the sun is in one sign, and this time it's going to be the sun in Sagittarius, and the moon is in its opposite sign, so this is going to be moon in Gemini. The next level of this thing is the eclipse. So this is going to be happening, right? Full moon, and we're going to have a lunar eclipse happening with it. Moons that are full and new are great portals of energy. So these are opportunities and times when we can definitely do energy exchange, take out the old, bring in the new, whatever we want, okay? And the eclipse is like taking that to the nth degree. Big change, great opportunity. If you're not open to change, it's going to kick you into change anyway. So you might as well prepare this whole month of November to see what you want to change. And what kind of change am I talking about? Well, this full moon in Gemini. Remember, if you haven't seen this video yet, I highly recommend it. I think I actually posted it in the English channel as well. Right now, the collective North Node, which is the astrological point which points to purpose, is in the sign of Gemini. So North Node in Gemini, full moon in Gemini, activation of purpose point. Okay, so maybe this whole month is a good time to clear out some things that you thought you were meant to do here, and really welcome, be open to, and align with your true purpose on this planet at this time. Okay, because eclipses bring about shifts, and they bring about big shifts and changes, and it's always great to have done some work before so that you're prepared for those changes, not that it like kind of catches you, completely unaware. Okay, don't tell me that I did not tell you, because I'm telling you now. And there will be another eclipse on the 14th of December in, I believe, the sign of Sagittarius, and this is a solar eclipse. So there's going to be, again, this axis, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces coming into play. If you are a Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, or Pisces, you're going to be feeling this energy very, very, very intensely, so much more shifts and changes in your life, more energy, less energy. Of course, this energy affects everybody on a collective level. So all of us can take advantage of this. All of us should be thinking about our collective purpose. And North Node in Gemini is actually a purpose that has a lot to do with communication, has a lot to do with networking, with connecting with other people. Gemini is the adolescent or the teenager of the zodiac, but it's also the networker of the zodiac. It's the socializer of the zodiac. It's the messenger of the zodiac. So let's think about, what it is that we have in terms of quality communication, quality connections with other people. Okay, what where would we want to shift in terms of that? Okay, where are we not doing a great job with that? And how we can change that. And then our own collective, our own personal purpose, of course, are we really living our lives on purpose? Have we figured out what that purpose is? And your own North Node in your chart will tell you that. Okay, this North Node, South Node axis in your chart can give you all of that information. If you haven't done a chart with me yet, I highly encourage it, as I'm going to be shifting all my offerings for 2021, as well as prices and all this. And you can always email me at Maryl, M-A-R-Y-L, at marylsalisepaz.com. All that information is here, of course, below in the description, so we can do a session for you, your astro coaching chart, birth chart reading session, so that you can be kind of ready to kind of face all this change that just keeps happening this year, but it's going to increase in terms of what needs to be changing. Okay, so that's it for you for November. The astrological transits, the main ones, of course, and there's aspects for main conjunctions, sextiles, oppositions, and all that stuff. You can definitely follow me on Instagram at Mercury Retrograde, so that you can have more information throughout the month as to what is happening and what energy really is available for you to work with, okay? So many blessings. Again, I will do my best to bring more and more information all the time, especially in 2021 for my English channel. But if you speak Spanish, you can also find me at Maril Solis Paz en Español. And I have over 100 videos over there that you can tap into for more information on this wonderful energy guidance tool that is astrology, okay? Tons of blessings, and I'll see you in the next one.